This presentation is on the Crisis Communication Plan for BetterHelp. BetterHelp is making professional counseling accessible, affordable, convenient, so anyone who struggles with life challenges can get help anytime and anywhere. If you've spent any time on social media, you've probably seen a BetterHelp ad or two. Founded in 2013, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform. We specialize in online counseling therapy in a convenient virtual way for all of our clients. The health and safety of our clients is our top priority, as we are passionate about providing outstanding services and help to all of our clients. We use industry-leading therapists that are screened and licensed prior to hire, and we continue to monitor our therapists to ensure that top-notch care is being provided at all times. There's a rigorous screening process, and BetterHelp therapists must pass a thorough background check and evaluation process. They must be licensed, trained, and experienced with a minimum of 3 years prior to joining our practice. We also hire a diverse set of mental health professionals to best match our clients with the services that they're needed. About our therapist evaluation process, managing therapists supervise and review all treatment protocols. Client satisfaction scores are determined further evaluation and may include a need for intervention. All BetterHelp therapists must complete ongoing supplement educational programs. BetterHelp's leadership team plays a critical role as all members are part of the crisis communications team. They are a passionate and dedicated group of individuals that not only serve their clients, but the communities their clients live in. BetterHelp partners with many different nonprofits and organizations to provide outstanding mental health resources to those impacted the most. We work with refugees, LGBTQ+ individuals, low-income communities, individuals impacted by sexual violence and gun violence, veterans, formerly incarcerated individuals, and many others. This truly is a trickle-down effect in our company, as this is a passion that started with our founder, Alan Matus. While BetterHelp's goal is to always exceed the needs of our clients, with a large company that is predominantly remote, there are times that clients are unhappy, which results in us taking a serious approach in addressing the concerns. Having a plan in place is crucial for addressing the situation in a timely response to our valued clients and the public. This crisis communication plan focuses on reputational crises and unethical behavior. More specifically, this crisis communication plan will serve as a response guide for situations involving potentially inappropriate or non-inclusive behavior by BetterHelp therapists. Some examples of unethical behaviors are inappropriate therapist-patient relationships, non-inclusive language, breaking patient confidentiality, pushing personal belief systems. Some examples of a reputational crisis might be inappropriate or non-inclusive behavior of BetterHelp therapists, partnerships with controversial public figures, negative viral social media posts, or any other action that could potentially put BetterHelp's reputation at stake. The purpose and communication objectives of the BetterHelp Crisis Communication Plan, details on when and how BetterHelp's crisis communications team will meet during the crisis, provide updates and debrief on the crisis upon containment, communication accountability and steps to remedy the crisis at hand, protect customer confidentiality and uphold BetterHelp's guiding values, highlight our rigorous therapist screening program, assure customers that we have a zero tolerance policy. In addition to these objectives, the communication team at BetterHelp is guided by the following guiding principles. Position BetterHelp as the leading provider of online therapy services. Assure customers that our services are confidential, reliable, approachable, and effective. Providing TDoc, BetterHelp's parent company, shareholders with confidence in the BetterHelp brand and long-term success. For our crisis communication plan, we have broken down our stakeholders into 4 different groups. We have our employees, our clientele, our business partners, and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Our key messaging to our employees is that we are taking steps to conduct an internal investigation that will provide updates as new information becomes available. Depending on the level of the employee, communication will be sent through emails, a virtual town hall meeting, and the employee portal on the website. We plan on implementing mandatory department weekly meetings so that employees have the opportunity to speak with their manager about the crisis directly. These meetings will continue until the end of the crisis, and if it's deemed that a department needs additional support, to continue to have these meetings as needed. Our follow-up messaging is asking them for their cooperation during the internal investigation. The key messaging for our clientele is that we take these allegations extremely serious and that we're launching a full investigation. We continue to reiterate that our patients' emotional, mental, and physical well-being is and will continue to be our top priority. Our communication will be sent through emails, text messages, our website, and social media channels: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. We will create a hashtag on the social platforms to inform, so information is easily found and followed, and comments will be continued to be monitored to stop any false information and or rumors from spreading. We ask that our clientele continues to have patience as we conduct the internal investigation, and that if they feel they have experienced unethical behavior, to reach out to us directly. Key messaging for our business partners is that we take these allegations seriously and that BetterHelp does not stand for unethical behavior. Communication will be through LinkedIn, our business partner portal, email communication, telephone communication, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Account managers will call and email to set up meetings to discuss any concerns and address any false information. Account managers will be provided messaging, and any unanswered information will be followed up in an email to their client. We ask for their patience as we conduct our internal interview and encourage them to keep an open line of communication with their account manager during this time. The key messaging to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and Civil Rights is that we're launching a full investigation and we take these allegations very seriously. We are asking for them to partner with us during the internal investigation to ensure no HIPAA violations happen or have happened during this crisis. We will communicate with them via phone, email, and virtual meetings. We encourage them to review the information provided and reach out to our VP of Human Resources if they feel any violations have happened. For our notification systems, our senior leadership will be contacted first. Phone calls will be directed to the CEO, legal counsel, and VP of Communications, while a Slack chat group will also be established for internal communications. Text message and email will also be used. For our employees, clientele, business partners, and U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, phone calls, text messages, and emails, as well as social media, will be utilized to notify during the crisis. Each team member in the crisis communication team plays a very pivotal role during the crisis cycle. The CEO and founder is providing key support to the crisis communication team members, specifically the VP of Communications, Data, and Human Resources. They're also involved in all third-party conversations and meetings. The VP of Communications will take the lead and act as BetterHelp's point person during crises, including representing the brand in all media aspects. They're also responsible for delegating all other tasks and need during the crisis cycle. The Chief Counsel will navigate the CC team to ensure BetterHelp is protected legally. Unless otherwise noted, they are the point person for the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Civil Rights, and Smith Brandon International. The VP of Partnerships will work with the VP of Communications and Account Manager department heads to coordinate messaging to BetterHelp business partners. The VP of Human Resources will work closely with the Chief Legal Counsel on assisting Smith Brandon International to conduct employee interviews and access employee files. They'll also provide any documentation needed for any HIPAA violations. The VP of Data will partner with security and IT to monitor BetterHelp's virtual platforms. Any findings will be communicated to the VP of Human Resources and Chief Legal Counsel. Marketing will partner with the VP of Communications and VP of Partnerships to provide digital and graphic support. They will help guide the CCT with social media best practices and will be responsible for monitoring and responding to comments on BetterHelp's social platforms. It should be noted that the above is a suggested guide and additional responsibilities might be needed for each member during the crisis cycle. Jack Dawson, the VP of Communications, has been selected as the media spokesperson. BetterHelp has several procedures for handling a crisis. Before a crisis happens, BetterHelp utilizes consistent listening to monitor several avenues that our potential crisis could arise. Social listening monitors social media and any negative trends associated with the brand on their online platforms. Customer satisfaction scores. Clients' engagement team evaluates customer satisfaction scores and reports low-performing therapists as a potential public relations risk. Media monitor. Gathers press clips, sentiment, and reports any potentially negative trends. The VP of Data, VP of Communications, and VP of Human Resources will evaluate the potential crisis 2 ways. Evaluation 1, they will share the information in an email with the subject line CCP threat, insert issue, on any credible threats found and reported through the listening phase for evaluation and input. Evaluation 2, the VP of Data, VP of Communications, or VP of Human Resources may call a huddle to evaluate the presented threat. Potential outcomes: not a credible threat, increased listening; possible threat, high alert, CCP team on standby; established threat, activate crisis communications plan. When the CCP is activated, the following steps happen. Establish communication channels. First, establish a private Slack channel. Second, contact all senior leadership team via new Slack channel. 3, share a crisis brief. 4, call an emergency meeting. CCP review. All senior leadership team and any staff involved in the response coordination must be briefed about the situation, made aware of the CCP, and sign the acknowledgement form. Determine internal response. Determine the type of public response needed and assign an executioner for each tactic. Determine public response. Determine the type of public response needed and assign an executioner for each tactic. CCP adherence. Review CCP plan for messaging, templates, spokesperson, and all other necessary materials. The evaluation. Once a crisis is contained, follow the evaluation steps in this CCP to reflect and make necessary adjustments ahead of the next crisis. The Crisis Communication Center is responsible for establishing and maintaining control over communications, information, and speaking with the authority of leadership for consistent updates. BetterHelp's VP of IT main responsibility in setting up the Crisis Communication Control Center and managing it throughout the crisis. The Crisis Communication Control Center is operated 24/7 during a crisis. A landline phone, multiple lines optional with a voicemail system, a PC running the applications needed by management, an email program compatible with the company standard as well-known and verified addresses within the company's domain and firewall, a distribution list of all of our clientele for updates on the crisis, a distribution list of all of our trained professionals for timely updates, a list of all BetterHelp's leadership team members, an IT list to respond to with any questions or concerns. The evaluation procedure takes place no longer than 10 days after the completion of the crisis. That way the situation is fresh and top of mind. We review 3 separate categories: media relations, community relations, and crisis management. For media relations, we scan the media for any news articles, social media posts, clientele comments, and interviews, as this allows the team to analyze the coverage of the company and where information may have been misconstrued. For community relations, we seek out of the community to see if we were favorable and how the team handled the crisis. We'll work with both clients as well as business partners to gain this feedback. For crisis management, we review the media spokesperson and determine whether that individual was a good fit for responding to the crisis on behalf of the BetterHelp. Thank you for listening to our presentation, and we hope you enjoyed it.